Hi Andrew, been America's Baseball Camps, just going through and been watching your video for a little while and just found a couple things that I would want to improve on in regards to your mechanics of your swing. So let's go ahead and get started here. The first thing I would want to do is I want to change your grip a little bit. What we want to do is I want to take your hands from where they're at now and I want to place them up around your ears a little bit more. So take your hands, put them in this circle, and change your bat angle to be more, a little bit more in this direction. Not over here. Just kind of change your angle so it's not this way, like that. It's going to basically, when you bring your hands up, I want your angle to be just about like that. What that's going to do, it's going to create you a better chance for a better flat path through the baseball. So that's something to really work on. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to change your grip. I want you to line up your door-knocking knuckles. So if you're going to go up and knock on a door, I want you to line up your door-knocking knuckles. And you can see that if I draw a little circle around your hands, you're kind of choking off that bat. And it's important for you to line up your door-knocking knuckles. Again, that's going to help you stay through the baseball and be flat in regards to being all the way through contact. So I think that's going to be really important for our grip. You can see how we don't have our knuckles lined up. You have your top hand and you have your bottom hand, but I want you to have both hands to have the door-knocking knuckles. If you're going to knock on a door, I want those knuckles to be lined up. I do like where your head is. You have good posture. Your knees are bent, and that's good. Your feet are a good distance apart. Everything else is in pretty good shape. I just would change out where your hand position are and change out your bat angle to create to have a little bit more better angle in regards to your swing here. So let's go ahead and go to the next part of our video analysis work, which is more of our land foot here. So I'm just going to fast forward it here a few. And one thing we do want to do is we want to make sure that we take a nice little stride. So if I take a circle and put it around your front foot, you can see that we don't really take a step. It's very important to take that step, and what you want to do is you want to land on the big part of my foot. So what you want to do is you want to kind of load yourself up, kind of take a little bit of weight back, and then you're going to take a little stride. So kind of load up, and then you can take a little step with that front foot. What you want to do is you want to pick up your foot and kind of just place it about 3 inches in front and just take a little bit of a step forward. And you want to land with just the big part of my toe, my front part of my toe here. So I'm just going to draw a little circle just around the big part of your foot. And you want to just land on your not land on your toe, just land on the big part of your big toe. It's called the ball of my foot. What that is going to create a little more power for you because you got to take, as you get older and you have bigger fields and things, you got to take a little bit of a step. You have to get loaded and take a little bit of weight back, and then you got to take a little bit of a step. It's going to help you for your power in regards to your swing compared to just rotating. Then you'll be a lot of arms. So going into my swing here, one thing I do want to focus on is we want to hit against a closed, firm front side. So if I get to contact and stop, we want to make sure that you can see there's a pretty good angle in my front foot, in my front knees, that I want this to be nice and firm. This is good as far as for your back side and your angle, but what I want you to do is I want you to have a straight line from here. So what you need to do is bring your head back to be on this line and put your head in this circle. And then what that's going to do for your lower half, for your front side, it's going to get you to, so if I put up another one here, so you want to put your head in the circle. So your head needs to go back about 6 inches to a foot, and then your front side needs to be firm like this. Your back side is good. What you want to do is you want to have that front side not have this bend. So I'm going to make another color here. So for this, you can see I'm making more of the red color. As you want to make sure that your feet, in regards to that, just they don't have a bend in it. You can see that front knee is nice and bent. You want it to be like the green line, and what that's going to do is that's going to create some more power for you to have your hands go back, and this is going to make a big difference. What I would do is I would focus on your finish off of a tee and just get to contact and stop, And you do that okay in regards to at the end. You can see how we get a little bit more firmer. The other thing I noticed in regards to your finish, you can see that your bat kind of finished down in this area, and I want your bat to really finish high. So if I leave that there, you want your bat to be kind of down and through this area, and then what you want to do is your hands want to come really high up here, and you want to finish with that nice high finish with your hands. You always want to start high and finish high. So you're going to start up around your ears, and you're going to come down through to swing, and you're just going to finish nice and high above our shoulders there. When you finish low, then it makes us not be through the ball very much. And we're going to kind of get to this spot, and we won't really stay through the baseball, and then we'll kind of turn our hands this way, and we'll kind of finish nice and low. You want to stay through that ball as much as you can. I used to always imagine hitting two balls, the ball that you're hitting, and then a ball in front of that, and just really going through both baseballs before I roll my top hand over. So I think that's going to be very important for in regards to your swing here. So let's go into another swing. So again, we took a little bit of a stride, and that's good, but you can see it's kind of open. At this point of our swing, you want to make sure that your heel of your foot is not facing over here. I want it to face more that pole over here, so don't have it this way. Have it more this way, so you can really make sure that your foot is going to be off the ground and your heel's facing that pole. That's going to get us a lot stronger at contact, and that's going to really give you some more power when I hit. You notice how my hands are really going to drop. You got to keep those hands up. So when I go to swing, my hands really drop down here, and I want to make sure that my hands at this point of our swing, my hands should still be nice and high, so my barrel stays up and I can work downhill. So at this point of our swing, you still want your hands more in this area, but the key is you want that barrel to be more this angle. What that's going to do is it's going to create me a downward angle to be able to really hit that top part of the ball and be nice and firm and be through the baseball, compared to right now when I go underneath, I'm just going to kind of be underneath it. You can see those hands kind of drag on me, and I'm going to be underneath the ball, and I'm not going to have as much power. So it's really important for me to keep those hands and keep that barrel up so I can really drive the baseball. You can see how we kind of finished too low on our swing here. You got to make sure when we finish that we finish nice and high up here to really focus on staying through the baseball and hitting those two balls we talked about. So I think a lot of tee work, a lot of just mechanics for you would be good. Just hitting off the tee and doing a lot of soft toss, things you can really get your step down. You can start with your hands up high. You can stay through the ball. You can finish nice and high. You can work on your lower half of your body to kind of finish and really check yourself out. You can see if I draw a line here, even at the end of our swing, really be cautious of when your head finishes. You can see that the head finishes too forward, so you want to take this head and you want to really move that head back a little bit. I think it's going to be very important for you for your power. So watch this video over and over again. This is some of the 4 or 5 key elements to you for your mechanics of your swing. We appreciate you coming to camp, and hopefully we'll see you next year at camp.